Here we are with the new MPK Mini Plus, which features 37 keys, a pitch and mod wheel with the joystick that everyone loves, the MPC-like pads, which these are thicker, scales, and chords built inside of this thing, along with transport buttons for the built-in sequencer. Yeah, this thing is loaded. For scale purposes, I brought the original MPK Mini to the forefront, where the pads are a little thinner than these pads right here. And honestly, these pads feel as good as the MPC one 100%, like 100% accurate. They both have the key bed that is new and improved, and these keys right here are a bit longer than the keys on the MPK Mini Plus. And you can also see the addition of 37 keys versus the 25 keys. It's not that much bigger than the original MPK Mini Mk3. For more scale, I have the MPK Mini Play, which has a huge difference between the MPK Mini, as the MPK Mini Play has its own sounds and the MPK Mini Plus does not have its own sounds. It has its own little special attributes. So how does the MPK Mini Plus separate itself from the MPK Mini Play and the MPK Mk3? Well, it's quite obvious. If you look over here to the left, you see that it has full-size 5-pin MIDI DIN, which everybody was complaining about in the first place, including me. Clock in and out for your modular gear, as well as CV and gate. So yeah, you can control pitch, gate, modulation, and so forth. And also it has a sustain pedal input and your USB 2.0 Type B to Type A. The other difference, if we move on to the MPK Mini Play, the MPK Mini Play has an additional headphone jack, which makes sense for this unit because it has its own sounds, as well as a way to power it on and use the built-in batteries. And then you have the original MPK Mini Mk3 right here, which only has a USB port and a sustain pedal. So this does have its own place. Now I have the MPK Mini Plus plugged up via the MIDI out to the MIDI in of this hardware synth, which is the Roland D05, my favorite Roland boutique, by the way. And what do you know? It works. One thing that I would like to note is you need to make sure that you have your MPK Mini Plus plugged up via a USB plug into a socket of some sorts. Otherwise, you do not, at least from what I've learned from this video, you will not be able to use the 5-pin MIDI DIN. Now, it might have changed in the update that you'll get, so make sure that you register your MPK Mini Plus, and you probably won't have that same problem. One of my biggest complaints about the MPK Mini Mk3 is that it didn't have built-in scales. Well, this does. If I press the scale button and I press shift and scale, it'll bring up the scale mode. And from here, I can use this mini data wheel to adjust the scale of the track. So if you press down on this MIDI data wheel, you can go from a major, minor, and melodic. So let's go major. And you have harmonic here and many other scales. You can adjust other things too, like you can go over here and adjust the key of the scale. So you can go from a C. So let's go ahead and play C. And click down on the data wheel, move to a C sharp, D, D sharp. And you can see I've been pressing the same keys, but I'm getting different harmonics from those keys, adjusting the scale. The biggest thing about this that I like is the chords mode too. Now the chords mode can be configured by pressing shift and configure, and then you get to scroll down and choose what you want. One key chords. The other cool thing that I've noticed about plugging stuff up on the MPK Mini Plus, look at this. As you can see, it is correlating with the Roland D05, and I can use the modulation too. I cannot tell you how confusing and annoying it is to use other MIDI controllers that do not fully function with a hardware synth. I'm pretty sure you would agree. But that's not all though. Remember, I did mention that it has a built-in sequencer. So what I will do is go into Shift and Octave and go into the step sequencer. So you can adjust the steps and you can add steps at any given moment. So I'm on step number 1 right now, and then all I have to do is press on the keys. And now I've entered that, and let's go and press down on the data wheel, go to 4. I kind of messed up there, but you know, you get the vibes. I'm on 6. Let's go to 9. And if I press the sequencer itself, you will hear it. And then that is at a BPM of 120. Just for scale purposes, I have my favorite MPC of all time, the MPC Live 2, which I have a masterclass for linked in the description box. It is just a wee bit bigger than the MPC Live 2. So if you was wondering about that, that's what it is. And here it is for scale purposes right under the MPC Live 2. So as I'm saying, it could be a match made in heaven. Now I have the MPK Mini Plus plugged up to my MPC Live 2, and I have Fabric Excel open right here, which is one of the new MPC plugins. Yes, the exclusive plugin for the MPC Live X1 and all that other stuff. And yeah, the modulation is working. The keys clearly are working. It is going through the USB Type B to Type A in the back of the MPC Live 2. You can bend. I don't know what this would do. The joystick isn't working, but you know, I have no clue of what it does, but you can assign it on the MPC. I have it locked into scale. And what I will test is the transport buttons just to see if they work. I don't know how to configure them, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so I loaded up a track, and this is how it sounds like if I just hit play start. And if I hit sequence on here, it does not start. So I don't know if that's something that I got to set up in your options. So I'm not so clear about that. So the transport buttons as of right now, if I was to play this and I hit stop and play, only control the sequencer inside of here. But there is a way that you can set that up to where the MPK Mini Plus works like that, but I have no clue as of right now. That's just not my thing. But overall, you can see that your MPK Mini Plus can be plugged up to your MPC Live X1, etc., and it will work just fine. So tell me how you feel about the AKAI MPK Mini Plus. I'm gonna weigh in with my hot takes right now, and I can tell you the biggest thing has to be the full-size 5-pin MIDI DIN MIDI connections. How many damn units do you know that are this size that has that addition in itself? And then a built-in sequencer is great, and it's under $200. I don't know the exact price point, so I'm not gonna even trip on that, but just to have it for under $200, but it still has standardized scales built inside of it, so that's a huge plus. And then it has the ability, which I did not do in the video, to link to Ableton Live and FL Studio, but we will explore that in another video, as well as, like, you know, its compatibility with the MPC-1 and so forth, which I did a little bit in this video. It's pretty good. It's very good for what it is. I mean, 37 keys is very portable, as you can see. It doesn't weigh that much, and those are some of the perks that I like. And then having decent pads and more improved pads, clearly a winner in everybody's eyes. So I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comment section.